today. You caught me in the middle of my morning cup of coffee, which is a passion of mine. I love a good cup of coffee. I also love my kids. As a parent, I can't wait to tell other people about all the exciting and new things that my 9-year-old's doing, that she's singing songs in church and she's just really got a crazy fabulous voice. And my 6-year-old, I can't wait to tell people that she enjoys playing soccer, all things sports and gymnastics. I mean, she taught herself a kick over at age 5 by watching YouTube videos. So everything that interests you, you could just talk about all day long, and everyone's the same. When we're passionate about something, we want to continue talking and continue telling everybody about it. And if you know someone well enough, you know what their passions are, and it's easy to draw those passions out of them, to get them going and talking about something and have a good conversation about it. But what do you do as a listener when either you don't know someone well enough to know their passions, or even someone that you know well is talking about something and you're not exactly sure what it is that interests them about that particular subject? Well, I'm glad you asked. My name is Bodie. I'm on faculty at the Meek School of Journalism and New Media at the University of Mississippi. And today I'm going to talk to you about tip number 6 in the International Listening Association's 10 tips to effective listening. Now we're halfway there to the celebration of the International Day of Listening. And tip 6 basically says, look for clues of verbal clues and nonverbal clues about how to tell whether something is important or what is important to a speaker. And you can think about these clues in 2 categories, as this tip suggests. You can think about those verbal or those auditory things, the things that we say, and you can think about them in terms of the things that we see, those visual acts of meaning. And so I want to talk a little bit about what are those verbal clues and what are those nonverbal clues. Well, the verbal clues, those auditory things, are things like repetition. When someone repeats something 2, 3, and 4 times, you should pick up on that as a clue that that's something that the person is passionate about or interested in. So one good clue is repetition of words. Several other clues are visible, that you can see them. Right? And so if they are lifting their eyebrows in surprise, or they get really animated, or they get to have big gestures and they start to talk with their hands more and more and more and more, these are things that we use as speakers to emphasize points of interest, emphasize points of practice, and points of this is what I'm trying to tell you right now, this is important. And so if you pick up on those clues, both the verbal and the nonverbal clues, you can tell what someone is passionate about. You can really get into their interest. And once you figure those things out, then you can do things that good listeners do. They ask questions that focus the speaker on that particular information. Or they say, yeah, and right, to make sure the speaker knows they should continue. Or they mirror and match the expressions of emotion, the surprise, the amazement, the sadness, the happiness, and so forth, that they detect in the pitch and the vocal range of the speaker's voice, for instance, or the gestures or the body movements that the speaker is engaging in at that moment. So if you know what someone's passion is, it's really easy to get them to engage in a conversation. If you don't know, remember, look for verbal and nonverbal clues to what they might be interested in, and then really focus in and hone in on those areas to get them talking, because that's the point of being a good listener, to get the other person to continue and elaborate and talk.